What is up, guys? Welcome back to Ride With Me. Today I'm going to be talking about car leasing or personal contract hire. Now the reason I'm getting behind this is because my previous two cars, I'm not ashamed to say, have been leased. The Cupra 300 and the Golf GTD, both on lease, both very good deals that I've sourced, and often people come to me asking me about where I get the lease deals from, especially after I've done videos in the past about tips on getting cheaper car insurance for young drivers. This is the same sort of thing. So I mean, there's a lot of deals out there. There's a lot of different companies that deal with leasing, and there's a lot of good deals to be had on, especially on high performance cars, cars that you think are probably not very obtainable. Often, when you see people driving around in these high end vehicles, they tend to be leased. It's nothing necessary to be ashamed of. It's your preference at the end of the day. Do you want to lease? Do you want to buy outright? Do you want to finance? Everyone's got a different method of doing these things. It depends what sort of car you want. It depends how you want to obtain it, the price that you've got to pay, etc., etc. Few benefits of leasing. I mean, you get a brand new car, which is great. I mean, if you get it through a main dealer, it will be a case of picking it up at the dealer as if it's a brand new car. Or if you get it through a broker or somewhere, they'll deliver it to your door. Also, another great thing about leasing is really you don't incur many maintenance costs because an MOT doesn't have to be done for the first 3 years of ownership. So if you have a 2 or 3 year lease, you don't have to worry about that. In terms of servicing, you don't necessarily have to do, depending on whether your car is on a long life service schedule or not. The last two cars I've owned have been on long life service, which basically means that I don't have to service them within 2 years or a certain amount of miles. Now my contract is 2 years and it's less mileage than that, so I won't have to service the car before I give it back either. So literally all I'm worrying about is insurance and fuel, and that is it. There's no worries apart from maybe if you need new tyres, if you go hooning, that's pretty much all you're going to have to worry about. But in terms of the car itself, you tend to be able to get some good deals that are cars that would definitely be unobtainable on finance. So that's what we're going to have a look at today, where I've sourced my previous two deals. So just to give you a bit of context, my GTD was £256 a month, no deposit, and my Cupra 300, which is completely specced out, effectively most options available are on the car, £350 a month, no deposit. So I'm going to show you where I got those deals, and I'm also going to show you where I look to check for new deals for my next vehicle if that's the route I choose to go down. So let's jump into it. So the first website I'm going to talk to you about today is carstobuy.co.uk. Now, this website is fantastic for comparing lease deals across the UK from various different websites and brokers. And this goes for not only leasing, but also purchasing new cars as well. But I found this is a great comparison site, and it's easy to whittle down to what cars you specifically want. So let's go to personal leasing, and it will just give you a brief search to select make and model. Also at the bottom here there will be lots of lease deals that come up, the best and most popular lease deals currently. So at the moment you can see there's a lease deal here for an A250 AMG line, which £236.62 a month on a 24-month contract, 5,000 per annum with a 21.29 initial payment. There's a few different ones on here. If you go through, it will show you some very popular deals that have come up at the moment on different websites with the logo of the website present as well. Now, if we just go for just a random car, let's say, I know there's some good deals at the moment on the Mercedes A35, the new version. So let's do that. So we go to Mercedes A-Class. So it's going to bring up basically all models of this car from all across the different websites that they have on the comparison. So it'll do it start at price low to high monthly, and it will show you the initial payment, the actual mileage and the term, and the admin fee that you have to pay as part of the deal as well. So that brings me nicely on to the first website that I actually want to show you of some people that I personally recommend. Again, this is not a sponsored or affiliation, anything like that. This is just companies that I've dealt with personally. So Central Vehicle Leasing actually leased me my Golf GTD, which you've seen in previous videos. And the price that I got off of them was brilliant. It was £256 a month with no deposit. And that was a really good deal. Now, this company, if you do sign up to their weekly or monthly newsletter, they do send you in via email lots of deals. Like for example, this Audi A5 that's on screen at the moment, a 40 TFSI Black Edition, I received an email from the guy who dealt with me through Central Vehicle Leasing with lots of quotes for that particular car with no deposit, etc. On this particular one it's showing £215.99 a month with 3,000 initial deposit, but they do quote for no deposit or lower deposit deals as well. Obviously the personal hire monthly payment just goes up. So it's a very good website, very flexible. There's lots and lots of offers, and they often have the lowest price around, as you saw on that comparison site, carstobuy.co.uk, just a minute ago. So there's a few offers that they've got here at the moment. So you've got a few little cars, Seat Arona, Seat Leon, you've got Qashqai, Ford Kuga, ST line, Mercedes E300, that's quite a good deal, $383.99. So you can go and view all special offers, and basically it will show you everything that they've got going on, and the personal deposits are usually quite high in this initial section, but you can adjust those when you get quotes. It depends whether you want to do a high deposit and low monthly payment, or a low deposit, higher monthly payment, etc., etc. So there's quite a few different models that they have available on here. If we keep scrolling until we find something that might be useful to show. So at the moment, the Cupra deals are still floating around. So they've changed it. It's no longer the Cupra 300. It's now the Cupra 290. And there's a few emission regulations that they had to deal with. So it's a slightly different model, and also has the now copper badges and things like that. But the deals are still on multiple websites. So I'm going to show you a deal on here. So it shows you really the savings that can be had. So these are the two ones that are on offer at the moment on Central Vehicle Leasing. So you've got the Seat Leon 1.5 TSI Evo, and also the 2-litre TSI 290 Cupra, which is the new model, and it shows you the list price of the vehicle as well as the quoted price. So you can see that as a big saving really, because $245.99, so you're looking at the same sort of price roughly as like a sort of 1.4 FR or something like that. So it shows you the sort of prices that you save on here as well. So if you actually go onto a car, you can see the quote, and you can change the initial rental, for example, change it for 1 month. So there you go. So it now changes it to $292 plus $99 per month with no deposit, which is again a fantastic deal. So these Seat Cupra deals are still really, really good. There's sometimes deals on the Golf R, S3, etc. as well. There was a lot of good deals on the Audi S4 about a year ago, which are now sort of vanished. It's quite expensive again, but you do get these deals pop up every now and then, and people talk about them all over the internet, so just keep your eyes peeled. And so this is just an example of a website that really does offer some great deals sometimes, so this is one to look out for. Another website that I've dealt with personally, this is Nationwide Vehicle Contracts. Now the deals on here aren't usually exceptional, but they do lots of more regular cars, quote unquote. So my mum actually uses this company, and she has just a Peugeot 107, and the prices are really good. Their maintenance packages are really good. So for smaller cars, this is usually quite a good website to go for. So I mean, there's a deal here, Fiat 500 1.2S, very regular car, £124, 47 a month with a relatively low deposit. And again, there's lots of options on here to change the maintenance, to change the initial rental, all those sort of things, and spec the car out. So with any of these lease deals, you can spec the car how you wish, and they will just quote you accordingly. So it's worth having a look to see what your ideal specification is. The spec on my Seat Leon Cupra 300 is actually pretty high specifications. I put loads of options on it, and that ups the price by about £90 a month on the initial the cost that I was quoted. But you know, I wanted one that was pretty much fully loaded, so that's the price you pay. So that leads me on nicely to IMG Seat Warrington, which is a popular dealer that has the Seat Leon Cupra deals. Now, they often are mentioned on the forums and things like that because they often have these deals on. So this is kind of very similar to the deal that we saw on Central Vehicle Leasing. The difference between going through an actual main dealer like IMG Seat Warrington and going through one of these websites such as Central Vehicle Leasing is it's a different experience in terms of pickup. So Central Vehicle Leasing is a company that will actually spec the car for you, order it, and then it will just be delivered to your home when it's ready. Whereas something like IMG Seat is an actual car dealership, it's a main Seat dealer, and it will be basically the same sort of experience as buying a car. You'll have to go and pick it up from said dealer. It depends what you prefer, it depends what's more convenient. But it's very similar experience. So when you actually lease from a main dealer, it is a lot more like buying the actual car. So not only that, but it's also worth looking on the manufacturer websites themselves in the offers section. So I'm on the BMW offers section on their main website at the moment, and you can see there are some personal contract hire sections that show the lease deals that are currently on through BMW themselves. So currently there is a good deal on the BMW M140i 5-door, which is a very well sought after car. So you can see here the list price of this car is $36,550, which is a few thousand more than my Cupra was after all the spec. So you can see here the initial rental and the monthly rental. So you can see really it's quite a low price to be paying for such a car, considering when you buy one, the actual depreciation will probably be similar to what you're paying over the course of the 2 to 3 year period. In this case, it's a 4-year term, but some websites will change things accordingly. So you can see as I change it here, it will change the monthly rental price. They want a higher monthly rental for a shorter term, but some websites will have different deals. Now, there's one last website that I want to mention which you might not think of, and that is Hot UK Deals. Now, this website is synonymous with just basically shoppers going to find the best deals across any website or any retailer. Now, if you just type in the word lease on this website, you often stumble across quite a few interesting car lease deals, and it shows you the overall price that you'll be paying over the few years that you rent the car. So, for example, there's one here, it's Mercedes-Benz C200 AMG line, £269 a month lease plan, £360 admin. So it basically shows you what the deals are, where to find them. So we're onto a new site which I've seen before called Mad Sheep Leasing. This is one of the websites that has a lot of these deals, similar to yeslease.co.uk and places like that. So they have often on the front page the best deals that they have going available. So you can see here there's a no deposit deal on a Seat Leon 1.5 TSI Evo, £149.96 with no deposit, which is really a very, very low price for a car that is effectively brand new, nice and reliable. So this is a lot of the reason people decide to lease, because it's no mess, no fuss. You know, you have the car for 2 years and then you send it back. So scrolling down, it shows you kind of what you'll be spending over the course of the 2 or 3 or 4 year period. So it often works out a lot cheaper than what the depreciation would be if you was to buy the car brand new. Now, of course, you could go and buy a car slightly used, you know, second hand. It's been used for a year, it's got a few thousand miles on, and most of the depreciation would have already happened. But a lot of people do like to have a brand new car. So you can see here that central vehicle leasing deal I was talking about with the A5 Black Edition is on here. So that is a good deal that people are picking up on. Very good price. You can add the auto box for £10 a month. So obviously these are people who have also been receiving the update emails from that website. So I'd highly recommend going and checking out Central Vehicle Leasing, because they are one of the ones that crop up very, very often. If not, then carstobuy.co.uk is probably the best place to actually search for these deals. And as I say, you'll have a few of these names pop up very often. You'll be able to go and check them out and see what the best deal is for you. So it's great to know what car you want, but of course you can see what the latest deals are as well, especially if you go to a website like hotdeals.co.uk. hotukdeals.co.uk, where you will find a lot of the different offers that are available currently. Also, this is a car that comes up very often at the moment, Astra 1.6T Elite. Now, the Elite is like the fully loaded model, which is quite good. So if you're after a slightly cheap car, £119 a month for 24 months with £1,000 deposit. So this is one that I see often on nationwide vehicle contracts, and something that comes up a lot at the moment. But as the time of year changes, you find the type of cars change very often. You know, as I said, we've had lots of deals on the Golf R before, the S4, etc. The current ones really are the Seat Leon Cupra, the A35, and the other Leon's Astra, and at the moment the A5 Sportback, but that is obviously subject to change. These things only hang around for a very short period of time, so it's great to keep checking back. You know, I've still got another sort of 8-9 months with my Cupra 300, and I'm already looking around at what deals are available, because the lead time on new cars sort of tends to be 3 to 4 months, maybe more, depending on the car, the manufacturer. So the best thing to do is to shop around and just try and snag the best deal possible when it comes up, which is what I've done for my previous 2 cars, the Golf and the Cupra 300. So best of luck, guys, finding exactly what you're after, and I'll see you in the next video.